Okay, everyone, hello and welcome. Thank you for attending the Discover the Pathway to Wellness webinar presented to you by Amy St. Pierre, our content expert. Before I go into the agenda and kick things off efficiently, just want to say a word that, as you know, this past year has changed the world. We as employers need to meet the needs of these ever-changing environment and provide the tools employees need to be productive and satisfied at their workplace. Paypro Health is offering you and your family the tools to focus on your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Paypro wants to make sure, as an employer, have all the tools at your disposal to create a healthy workplace atmosphere without the added work of administration and upkeep on your plate. We created Paypro Health with this in mind. Your employees will have access to a self-service suite of best-in-class wellness programs that require little to no work on your end. Next slide, Amy. So today's agenda, I will introduce myself. I will let Amy introduce herself because who's better and who knows Amy more than Amy does. I'll give you a quick overview of our commitment to customer service. Amy will take it from there, take you through a couple of slides. She'll give you a demo, and I'll come back for questions and answer, and we'll wrap it up from there. So, as always, we're going to provide you with white glove one-on-one customer service that has helped us grow over 30 years and has helped us win awards with Trust Radius. So, what's new? Since we are a forward-looking organization, our goal is to understand our clients' needs, and by doing so, we have evolved into a single source employee benefits HR payroll outsourcing organization. That's why, based on the current environment that we are in, we came up with Paypro Health to really help your employees with wellness and stress management, and we've done this through a platform that doesn't require work on your part, and we will do the heavy lifting. So at this point, I'm going to hand over the presentation to Amy. Amy, if you want to take it away, and I will come back later for Q&A. So I look forward to it. Here you go, Amy.
Thanks, John. As John said, nobody knows me better than me. I am the senior wellness consultant. I've been in health and wellness for the past, sadly, 27 years. I started my career at Aetna in health insurance way back in 1992. I was there for over 15 years wearing many different hats. And then I kind of flipped into the wellness industry. So really kind of coupling the best of both worlds. This last year, as John mentioned, has certainly been challenging in corporate America, to say the least. Never in my lifetime did I imagine I would see something like a global pandemic. But through that, the needs of you as the employers, as well as your employees, the needs have dramatically changed. There's a need for a more holistic approach to mindfulness, to stress management, to behavioral health. All of these things are kind of evolving on a daily, weekly basis. You see it on the news all the time. We at Paypro took this into consideration. We are trying to help you. We're trying to give you everything that you need with as little work on your behalf as possible to keep your employees happy, healthy, and help you retain top-notch talent. So doing this, we've created a custom wellness self-service hub or portal, if you want to say, for your employees. It's designed to meet all of their needs with absolutely no work on your end. We at Paypro are going to take care of everything for you. So you don't have to worry about any cost or any administration that you have to do. Again, this is a self-service portal, and I'm going to walk you through it, that the employees can go on whenever they feel. They can purchase whichever programs they would like at any time, and it's completely voluntary. So again, this is something that's super easy for you to offer your employees access to, and then from there, it's up to them. Okay. So let's talk about what's included in this hub or this wellness portal. As I mentioned before, we're covering pretty much every employee's possible need during this time. We cover 3 main areas of well-being: physical well-being, emotional well-being, and behavioral well-being. Through that, we're offering a bunch of solutions. The first one that's kind of under that bucket of physical is telemedicine. I know a lot of you are probably saying, well, I already have that through my insurance plan. You do. Most insurance plans do have that covered, but many times it's at a cost to the employee, upwards of $40 per consult. This is something that we're able to offer your employees. It's called MeMD at no consult fee. So they can have their first stop in non-emergency care at no cost whatsoever for them and their family members. Wellbeats is virtual fitness. Virtual fitness and fitness in general is the most underutilized antidepressant and stress reliever out there. I'm also a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor part-time. And I'll tell you what, it has saved my family's lives, me being able to exercise. It is definitely my stress relief. And then weight loss. Through this pandemic, working at home, oh my gosh, you have access to your refrigerator. You never had that in your office. So if you're working from home, you could be stress eating. You could just be picking all day long. So this is a very easy program that's, I can't even tell you, it is the most effective program I've ever seen that gets to the crux of your relationship with food. It gets you to know all about yourself and what's kind of created a negative relationship with you and food. Emotional well-being. That has been the #1 request that I have had from corporate clients through this pandemic. Help my employees relieve their stress. Employees are finding that now more than ever, maybe in the past there was a little bit of home work life stress. Well, now it's the inauguration stress. It's just every single thing going on in the world today. So eMindful is a great program that gives you access to 14-minute live meditation and stress management programs. Your behavioral well-being. Included in MeMD, that telemedicine program, you have a behavioral support / talk therapy available to you. And we'll get into a little more detail of the programs when we do the demo of the site. But as you can see from that little snapshot, we're covering every type of wellness and well-being that your employees are asking for. So what makes Paypro's Wellness Hub such a great solution for you? #1, we've done all the pre-vetting of these programs for you. There are hundreds of telemedicine programs. There are hundreds of virtual fitness programs, weight loss programs out there. We've done all of that investigating for you, and we've found the best-in-class solutions available at an affordable price. So we're giving you national size customer pricing for your middle market sized company. This is available to all of your employees. Doesn't matter if they have health coverage with you or not. It's very easy to turn on. You're going to see you do little to nothing. And then it's up to the employee if they want to purchase or they don't want to purchase. There's a rolling open enrollment, which means if I go on today as an employee and I decide I want to purchase one thing, and then a couple weeks later I decide I want to purchase something else, I can do that. You don't have to wait for an annual open enrollment. They can always go in and add to their portfolio. There are quarterly and annual subscriptions available. And again, I'll show you that. That again is completely up to the employee how they want to purchase it. It's both web-based and mobile enabled, so they can access it from their smartphone as well as any web browser. And then you have me, so you have the availability to offer employee presentations or customized communications and education materials at no cost. So all you have to do is reach out to John and we can get the ball rolling with that if it's something that you choose. So we're going to go into the demo. I want to show you what you're going to see or what your employees are going to see when they access the portal. So bear with me for 1 second while it launches. And this is exactly what your employees are going to see. As you can see, I've already set up an account. but it's super easy to go in. It's just going to ask you to register if you're a new employee, if you're new to the site, or it'll ask you to sign in. So because I already have an account, my name comes up, and then I can start searching the site. So here's Paypro's Health and Wellness portal, gives you a little introduction, which John and I have already done. And here's the solutions. So we talked a little bit about MeMD. As I said, MeMD is telemedicine. So telemedicine, through all of the news shows and everything that's been going on, has been touted as the first stop in non-emergency treatment. The best thing about this, there's no cost to you. So it doesn't cost your employees anything to make a phone call. This is going to enable them, and I'm just going to click on Learn More, and then we'll talk more about the quarterly and the annual subscription after. It doesn't cost them anything to make this phone call. The average speed of answer is less than 1 minute. So you're going to have a return phone call from a board certified either doctor, physician assistant, or nurse practitioner. You'll be able to tackle 90% of the most common things that you go to either an urgent care facility for, or you go to your doctor visit for. So if you're paying something out of pocket for each doctor visit, you could do this for free. And I'll tell you just a couple of personal examples. When my children are younger, they're a little bit older now, but I do have 3, so we're heavy utilizers of telemedicine. My daughter had an earache in the middle of the night. Of course, screaming, crying. I knew I was up for the whole night here. We called MeMD. The doctor decided, yes, through a video consult, you can do phone or video consult, that it was indeed an inner ear infection. And they were able to write me a script to a 24-hour pharmacy in my zip coded area. That was a lifesaver. That immediately numbed the ear, enabled her to sleep, therefore enabling me to sleep. Cost of that, priceless. But I paid nothing. I paid for my prescription. So these doctors can write prescriptions for you to your local pharmacy. We always behoove the employees to activate their accounts before they use it, because again, you have a screaming child in the middle of the night. You really don't want to take 10 minutes to set up your account. So this is just, in my opinion, something that is just a must-have for every family. It answers questions within minutes from a live doctor, and you just can't beat it. Included in this program is also talk therapy services. So you have the access to mental health, which is at $65 per 50-minute session. So you can do a video consult or a phone consultation with a licensed therapist or a psychiatrist. So that for 50 minutes, $65 is a steal. And as we know, through all of the pandemic, one of the major things that are needed out there are behavioral health visits. And this is a way to not leave your house, but to know that you have an expert on the other end of the phone with you. So through COVID, and I'm just going to touch a little bit on what MeMD is doing for the coronavirus, they can screen and evaluate you. So if you feel like you may be having COVID symptoms, they'll be able to ask you questions and evaluate what next steps will be for you. They can give you a prescription for an antibody test. They can't give you a script for a PCR test, but they can refer you to a community resource that can help you get that test in your local area. They can also give you a medical excuse note for work or for school for 14 days. All right, so that pretty much goes through the MeMD, and you can go onto this portal. You can go to the frequently asked questions to hear more about it. But that is in a snapshot. Let me just get back to my shopping here. Love the internet. It's just taking me a moment here. There we go. Okay, so here's MeMD. Your employees can choose to purchase either a quarterly single or quarterly family rate. As you'll notice, those are just unbelievable prices. An annual subscription for a single or annual subscription for the family. And then we'll go into eMindful. So same thing here. Your employees can choose to do quarterly or annual. When you click on the learn more, it's going to spark a little bit about the program. So the one thing with eMindful, and as I mentioned before, it has been one of the most popular programs added into corporations through the pandemic. It is amazing. They have done such an incredible job at keeping the content updated to what's happening in our world. You have access to either through your app on your smartphone or through any web browser. You have access to live 14-minute mindful daily sessions. Those sessions have a little bit of content in them. So each day there's a new topic that they discuss. And then there's a deep breathing exercise that they'll go through with you. There are hundreds of different instructors. They can chat with you during it, just like you could chat with us right now if you had a question. So when you're new to mindfulness, which I was when I started a few years ago, I would chat in with them and say, hey, you're losing me. I'm losing my focus, or I'm thinking about all these things I have to do. And they can give you guidance and direction as to how to become able to sit still for 14 minutes. And it's harder than you think, especially if you're type A like me. So not only do you have access to these, you also have access to a library of hundreds and hundreds of pre-recordings. Like I said, they've done an amazing job of keeping the content relevant to what's happening in the world today. They had a whole series last week on the stress that coupled with the inauguration. Mindful parenting has been a big one. There's COVID content that gets updated. You know, initially the main topic was just general anxiety and being uncertain with change and the things that were happening. As time has gone on, now it's centered more around loneliness, mindful eating. You know, some people are lonely even though they're quarantined with loved ones, maybe because of relationship stress. So they tackle that. So when I tell you there is something for everybody in this, there is something for everybody. And through using this program just twice a week, there has been 73% decrease in daily stress. And that's just from 2 times a week. We're going to go back and hopefully this will go a little quicker this time. And we're going to go into Wellbeats. And what Wellbeats is virtual fitness. So you have access. I know the gyms have been closed, or some of the gyms that have opened have placed limitations on the number of members that can be in there at a time. Or if you're like me, I'm still not comfortable going into a health club. You know, those were the first facilities to kind of blow up with the infection rate. So for $20 a month, for a quarter, you can have a subscription to Wellbeats. And for $78, you can get an annual subscription. That allows you to have everyone in your family access to this program. There, you can have 7 people on at the exact same time, viewing all different types of live programs. So everybody in your family can have this program for $20 a quarter. It's unbelievable. So not only does Wellbeats do virtual fitness, they do pre-recorded, and they also do live classes. And clearly, I mean, I'm sure I don't have to say this, but regular exercise reduces stress, it improves your sleep, it boosts your health and your mood. So, you know, once you get through that initial soreness, then your mood gets boosted. But not only does Wellbeats incorporate virtual fitness, they also have mindfulness programs, they have cooking classes, they have classes based on chronic illnesses, they have classes based on age. So there are children classes like ages 5 to 7, there's 9 to 12, the tweens, and then there's teen classes, there's yoga, there's spin, there's boxing. If you have a piece of cardio equipment in your home, either a bike, if you're a Peloton person, you know, it could be a bike, could be a treadmill, could be a rower. They even have classes based on the equipment that you have, whether it's a cardio piece or based on weights. You know, maybe you just have a yoga mat and you need to do body weight. So it's a really all-encompassing program that has a little bit of everything. You can also do challenges on it. They partnered with the Air Force and did this really cool boot camp challenge. 3 weeks in length. They give you every day, you have something to do to meet the goals of the challenge. So again, super, super relevant. Everybody needs to be a member of Wellbeats, in my opinion, but I am a gym rat. I do love the fitness. And then the last program is for weight loss. So Naturally Slim, I mentioned at the beginning of the program, is unlike any weight loss program I've ever seen. It's a full year-long program. It's $300 per user. And I'm just going to pop into here. The program is video-based. So what happens is you're going to go in to the link that's provided here. You're going to register for the program. You're going to ask a few questions. And then from there, they'll send you an acceptance email saying you're accepted into the program, and they'll start sending you video links. The program is based on not the food that you're actually eating, but based on your behavior. It's based on how you eat, why you eat, and when you eat. So the first video link that you get sent, they're going to say, you want a burger and French fries every day? Have it. Just eat it the way we're going to tell you. So again, it's all about behavior change. And as you do go through the sessions, they do try to get you away from burgers and French fries. But initially, they help you manage your behavior and your relationship with food without taking away those things that you really love. So the first 10 weeks of the program, it's called the Foundations period, you get weekly video links sent to you. They become very customizable and based on the results of a little survey that you're going to complete at the beginning of each week. The weight and your weight loss, as well as your measurements, are all self-reported, so you don't have to worry about anybody else seeing that. These video links that are sent to you are 30 to 45 minutes in length. You cannot go on to the next week's video until you've completely viewed the week prior. So everything builds off of itself. The average weight loss in that first 10 weeks is over 10.5 pounds. And again, that's just by changing your behavior. It's amazing. It's eating slowly. I'll give you one little tip. One of the things that they want you to do is drink a drink called H2 Orange. That's 32 ounces of water, 4 ounces of orange juice. Lots of people confuse dehydration with hunger pains. They present themselves in our bodies the exact same way. So if you drink this H2 Orange and you're still hungry, that means you truly are hungry. But a lot of times we'll drink this H2 Orange drink. That orange juice has just enough sugar in it to even out your insulin level, kind of get you thinking clearly. If you're not hungry, it means you are dehydrated. So lots of us would have gone for a meal when it was completely unnecessary. So once you've graduated from that first 10 weeks, you then go into 10 additional weeks of weekly lessons called Naturally Slim for You. And again, becomes very personalized based on what your needs are. At the beginning of the videos, you're going to answer questions, and then it's going to guide you as to where you should go. And then the last 6 months of the program are Naturally Slim for Life. And these are weekly lessons, again, designed to keep you on that weight loss journey and to keep you, if you've already met your goal, to keep that weight off. The results of Naturally Slim are insane when it comes to people going through the program and keeping weight off. 77% of employees who have made it through continue to keep the weight off for well over the next year. So it's unheard of in the industry. Typically, you're looking at maybe 5 to 7% of the population keeping it off. So you'll see through the portal a bunch of information on the program, additional information. And now I'm going to take us back out. And let's say, I'm just going to show you a quick purchase, how easy it is to purchase. Let's say I'm going to purchase MeMD. Go back in here. Here we go. I'm going to put this in my cart. I don't know why it's not letting me put it in my cart, but it goes into my cart. Once my cart is full, with me for 1 second here. All right, so I think it needs me to re-sign in. We're not going to waste time doing that. But right here will be a purchase button. You'll click the purchase. It'll put it into your cart. So again, you can put as many things as you would like into your cart. And because there is no open enrollment, let's say today I just want to purchase eMindful. I will start paying for eMindful. When I go into my cart and check out, it's going to ask for credit card information. I can pay with debit or credit. I will not be billed until my start date of the program. So I will not be charged when I check out. All my credit card and my debit card will be charged the minute the program starts. Okay. So how easy is it to give your employees access to this? It is beyond easy. All you have to do is complete an employee permission letter. And John's going to provide everybody who attended the call with this PowerPoint as well as that employer permission letter. So once you do that, we do everything for you at Paypro. We install access to the program on the self-service site. So all of a sudden, your employees are going to start to see that when they go into their portal. The employee shops the site, like I showed you. They select which programs they want to purchase. They pay with debit or credit card, and then they're going to get an email confirmation with all of the purchase details. That's it. So super easy. Paypro does everything for you. Paypro handles all of the marketing materials. We can, as I mentioned before, we can customize communications. We can even do employee presentations if you'd like. If not, Paypro is going to handle all of those communications that'll be sent directly to your employees from that employer authorization form. So John, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
So yeah, I'm back. So wow, Amy, thank you. That was a great presentation. So as always, we're your strategic partner, and that's why we evolved into a turnkey human capital management provider, so we can still deliver you with world-class service, even during a global pandemic. So what I'd like to do is open it up to questions, but before then, I'm just going to really address some of the frequently asked questions, and then we'll really open it up to general floor for general questions. So first question, what if my employee has an issue? Hey, we make it really, really easy. All you have to do is email Paypro Health Support at payprocorp.com. Can my employees join anytime or just once a year? So yes, they can join anytime or once a year. It's a rolling open enrollment. If they want to enroll in the current month that they're in, they just have to do it between the 1st and the 25th. So today's the 26th. If I wanted to enroll, it would be effective next month, and I would get billed once the effective date hit. So can my employees cancel this program anytime? Yes, they can. We don't handcuff you into anything. As an employer, if I want to sponsor the cost of one or more of these programs, can I? The answer to that, again, is yes. All they have to do is contact me and we can walk them through that process. Are these programs HIPAA compliant? Absolutely. Everything is confidential. We make sure we abide by all the HIPAA rules and regulations. And is this website secure? Yes. So it's secure with the latest and greatest encryption. So you can rest assured your employees' personal information will not be compromised. So with that said, we'd like to open it up to the general floor for the attendees. If you have any questions, please let us know.
John, I do see a question.
Okay.
How do I get started offering this to my employees?
So good question. So what I'm going to do, at the next step is I will send information out to everybody on the attendee list. So essentially what we're going to ask employers to do is really give us permission to market to your employees, and they will get email communications. And within that communication, the employee has the option to opt in. They would hit a link and they would go through the enrollment process. And we're also giving them the ability to enroll through the self-service module. So either mobile app or web page. So when they log on, they'll be prompted with a message that can take them through the process as well.
I do see one more question, John.
Okay.
How do I communicate this to my employees?
Yes, so once we reach out to you and you sign that client authorization, we're going to put a marketing and campaign together. And then you would need us to give us permission where we can send ongoing communication to your employees. So they'll be, rest assured, they'll have full information, and within there, it'll be the process on how to enroll and get started.
And again, if you choose, again, Paypro wants to take all of the administrative burden off of your hands. But if you do choose to want maybe an employee Zoom presentation to your employees, we're happy to do that as well.
Correct. Any other questions out there? Okay. Well, so that concludes today's webinar. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is listed right there. However, a follow-up email will be going out to all attendees with this PowerPoint information, along with that client authorization letter that will give us permission to communicate with your employees. So thank you again, and enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you so much for attending this webinar.
Thank you.